We have many ideas. We have some ideas coming from Senator Warren, signed a letter along with 25 other Democratic senators asking President Biden to explore opening healthcare clinics on federal lands in red states in order to help people access the healthcare and abortion services that they need.
Evening, everybody. Welcome back. Father Miller here, Nerd Father. Again, kind of picking up a little bit on what I was talking about on Friday with Roe v. Wade being overturned. And as you know, there's been a big meltdown over this. You pretty much saw a riot in Arizona the other night where they're trying to break into the Capitol, I guess it is. So, the thing I preached about this weekend, I'm pretty sure, I don't know about other dioceses, but our diocese, we had a letter from the bishop, which we were to read, and I pretty much preached about it after that. And as I told people, and I know I talked about it on Friday, it's a time to rejoice, but it's also time not to gloat or rub it in, because there's a lot of hatred towards the church, a lot of hatred towards pro-life people right now, and a lot of scaredness, I guess you could say, especially for those that support abortion and the unknown of what's happening. But that's kind of some of the stuff I wanted to go over this evening, because I found a bunch of clips and stuff. And also just to talk a little bit about Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. I saw that the other day. Yeah, anyway. But before we do that, let's see who's in the chat. We got Chris Sonneth. Good to see you. And how was the ice cream? It was cold. So, we have had a youth retreat. It's part of the reason I had to leave Dallas early last week, because our youth retreat started last Sunday for the high schoolers, and then Monday through Friday it was the grade school. So the high school is at night, the grade school is in the morning and daytime. And on the last day of the youth retreat, the kids get to make ice cream sundaes over with the counselors' heads, and I volunteered to have that done. It's not fun, but you know what? The kids enjoy it, and they will remember that. And that Father humbled himself to do that. So, Roman at the Empire is here. Good afternoon to you. It is 6 o'clock Central where I'm at. Ms. Martin, good to see you. Thank you again for joining us. Sultan Al-Fahim, I hope I got that right. Good to see you. And too much dancing. That's probably referring to the countdown music I have. Because one of the things I'm going to be doing a little bit more now that I'm going back to teaching, I qualify for the Adobe teacher discount for programming, which means I can resubscribe to Adobe Premiere Pro in addition to Adobe After Effects. So I'm hoping to play a little bit more with video editing now that I can get all the programs for one price instead of having to pay $20 for this one, $20 for that, $20 for that, and all that. So let's see. We got the R. Good to see you. Stephanie, good to see you. I'm going to be in Dubuque, or not Dubuque. I'm coming to Fort Dodge at the end of August, or no, the end of September for our aunt's funeral. It's a little pricey hotels, but it'll be good to see everybody. I hope you're able to make it. PD Rich, good to see you. And Keely Chow is here. Good to see you as well. So, yeah, Father Sinatra is not able to join me tonight because he is in New Hampshire for a 25th anniversary of one of his priest brothers, and that's okay. But, the thing that I told my people this morning, the complaint that a lot of non-Catholics will make, or even people that hate the church, is that Catholics only care about the baby until it's born, which is not true. And this is something really the bishops have been trying to become a little bit more visual in. But I mean, you look at the Catholic hospitals. I remember reading a statistic that over 150,000 low-income women gave birth in Catholic hospitals last year. You got Catholic rehab centers. You got Catholic adoption agencies. A lot of lawsuits going on with that because we're trying to remain faithful and people want to be able to do stuff. Let me see. I'm just looking at that too. Catholic social services, Catholic charities. You got Catholic food drives, food banks. I had a call this evening from somebody asking for help from the St. Vincent de Paul Society because they have their rent due tomorrow. And, one of the things that I love about being in the bigger city is we have more resources to draw upon, where St. Vincent de Paul is able to work with those that are most in need. And because they have been doing this for a long time, they truly know how to minister to those in need. All I do is refer the people to them, or I actually give them a call and then they call the person in need. But you got Catholic Women's Shelter. In our diocese, there is a house devoted to women that are in abusive relationships, that need to get out, that don't have a place to live, where they can go and be. So there's a lot of things that are going on. And this kind of leads into another area I want to bring up the website for. So I wasn't able to really follow this when it was announced, but the USCCB, the United States Catholic Conference of Bishops, is having this program called Walking with Moms in Need. And it's devoted to basically helping parishes be able to reach out to pregnant women that are in need, or mothers that are in need, to be able to help bring life into this world, be able to help sustain life. And let's see, I guess, let me bring up the website. So I'm just new to this still myself. Let me just close a window or two. So Walking with Moms in Need is a process through which Catholic parishes and communities walk in the shoes of local pregnant women and parenting women in need. And the thing with AOC is she refers to it as birthing persons. I live in a red state. So the idea that you're going to have abortion clinics on federal land, anyway. But while trying not to turn Catholic parishes into pregnancy centers, and that's the big thing here. We're not trying, the parish can only do so much, but the point is to help women in need to be able to turn to the resources that are available in the community. As it says, we support local pregnancy centers where they exist. We can also find and share other resources with pregnant and parenting women. So, let's see what this also says. So yeah, I'm going to try to do a video on this sometime soon, but I'm pretty excited about it. So let's see. Looking at the chat again. Yeah, it'll be good to see you. It's been too long. Keely Chow's here again. Yeah, people are going to hate you. So I'm on Facebook. There is a group called Catholic Democrats. Again, this is not meant to be political or anything, but they are pretty upset with the Supreme Court. The thing that I stressed this weekend is not only am I against abortion, but I'm also against the death penalty. Because the idea of being pro life is being from conception to natural death. And I believe that God is willing to forgive anything that one has done as long as one asks, even until the last breath that one can take, God can forgive. And, ideally, we want nobody to ultimately go to hell. If we understood the true nature, what hell is, we wouldn't want our worst enemy to go there. So, until this last breath, one is able to convert. And again, you look at the killer of Saint Maria Goretti, Alessandro, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, but Alessandro was the guy that tried to rape Saint Maria Goretti and stabbed her because she fought back, resisted. Before she died, she forgave her killer. The killer went to prison unrepentant, but had a vision of her and repented, had a change of life, a conversion, ended up dying in a monastery. So let's see. I've never understood that argument. There are so many Catholic and Christian charities. Exactly. I mean, I will say in my last parish, I was in a very remote part of the state where there's not a lot of resources nearby. But even then, we still try to make it work. Let's see. Does contributions to the St. Vincent de Paul Society count as tithing instead of giving to a wealth parish? I think it would. I mean, it depends on your parish. It depends on your diocese. I mean, ideally, you want to be able to support your parish because if they can't pay the bills, they won't be able to stay open. And, I came from a very liberal diocese before coming here. And I didn't want to subscribe to the diocesan newspaper because they used to carry Richard McBrien's column. But as my pastor then said, and I've understood it ever since, that, even if you don't pay your subscription, the parish is still billed for that subscription. So it's going to pay one way or the other. So, but this weekend we took up the collection for Peter's Pence, and I'm a little sore at Peter's Pence because, and it's not a thing with the Pope, but I don't know who runs Peter's Pence, but supposedly it's supposed to go to helping the Pope's activities. Well, one of those things like 2 years ago was funding the movie Rocket Man with Elton John's Rocket Man movie, which pretty much had a very graphic gay sex scene in. Now, I don't know how, why, whatever, but anyway. Snortopupus is here. Good to see ya. So, but yeah, walking with moms is going to be good. And like I said, it's a new program. I think it's trying to make more visually the resources that are available to moms that are in need more accessible because they already exist. It's just, I don't think a lot of people know where they are. So anyway, that is that. So, but there, again, the thing is, there's a lot of anger right now. Let me see. I was going to look for it. So I'm going to apologize for some of this because there are some profanities. But on Twitter, like I said, there's a lot of hatred, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of fear. And let me bring this up. So, okay, this is scary, but might want to cover your ears on this one.
It's all right. It's all right. I feel that way too. It's all right. We feel that way together, okay? Let it out.
Here you go. Cover your ears.
Let it out. Everybody wants to show the happy side. I'm mad as hell today! But because I have responsibilities, I'm gonna do these freaking dishes. Whew. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah, so I mean that's just one of the examples. Again, let's see. I was just seeing if there was another one on here because let's see. This is not exactly the way I would do it. Yeah, that's not the way. Again, I am extremely happy over the Supreme Court, but that, you don't rub it in because not only is that going to make them even more angry, it's going to turn people away. So, but there are a lot of people that are in need right now, especially of prayer. Here we go. This is another one. Okay, a little screaming here. Yeah! Fucking fuck! So, again, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of hatred, a lot of fear. It'd be so easy to rub it in, but that's not what we're called to do. Yeah, agreed. And that probably brings up another video I just saw, which definitely would not want to do. Twerking for abortions. And again, you see, I mean, this one's scary.
Hey! This is
Okay, language warning.
Get angry! This is atrocious! This is war on women! How fucking dare the Supreme Court do
Agreed.
this shit! Fuck you, Kavanaugh! Fuck you, Gorsuch, for lying under oath when you were confirmed, saying that you believe that this was settled! Women will die! But
If you
as long as it
believe
fits your
that, then you're
Christian
nuts.
goddamn narrative, it must be correct! White women of privilege will still have access after their senators fuck them. Poor working mothers will not. Young women who are victims of sexual assault will not. Women who found out that their child is not viable in the third trimester will not. And who the fuck knows what's going to happen ectopically, because have you men prove that you don't know what an ectopic pregnancy is? How do I have less rights than my mother? Not everybody believes in your sky daddy. Not everybody believes in your cloud papa. The fact that you tied religion to your decision is pathetic. Rolling back the clock on women's rights and bodily autonomy is pathetic. You fucking conservative cunts love fetuses. You love fetuses. You are pro.
Okay, that's enough of that. But this is one of the arguments that they always make women have. They hope that they will have more rights than guns. But, I've always hated that statement because as this meme describes, it just replace women with guns. She wants women locked up when not in use. She wants women not allowed on airplanes. She wants women not allowed in schools. She wants women kept out of government buildings, kept away from children. Felons cannot possess women. Potheads cannot possess women. Businesses can post no women allowed. She wants women completely banned in New York, Chicago, and D.C., severely restricted in Hawaii and California, not allowed anywhere where alcohol is consumed. Women cannot be carried without a special permit, cannot be carried openly, and will be prohibited from having certain popular accessories. So, again, this idea that guns have more rights than women is a bunch of hooey. So, But yeah, I mean, again, you watch some of these videos, it'd be so easy to laugh at them and everything, but this isn't the time to do that. So anyway, let's see what else was there. So um from the fun viewpoint, this part I will take a little enjoyment in. I guess this is a Scottish tweeter, and they were talking about him on Friday Night Tights on Friday, of course. Justice Dankula from Count Dankula TV. I guess he's Scottish. People, I mean, just to show you how gullible people are, they really believe that this is one of the Supreme Court justices, or they're at least trying to get back at him. But he's really been throwing the smack at them. So AOC said that forcing pregnancies is a human, what was it she said? Forcing pregnancy is a crime against humanity. Justice Dankula says, then don't get pregnant. This person says you don't got to worry about any females getting pregnant around you, boss. That's a face only a mother could love. And to which he said, yeah, yours. So, yes, he is. The funny thing is, if you don't follow him closely, you'll notice that a lot of the comments that he's responding to have either been restricted or deleted. Let's see. See, this one's been deleted. This one's been deleted. And again, a little bit in your face, which, I can kind of enjoy, but in public, you really shouldn't do that. This was a response to I remember seeing this one before they went private. It was basically something in a foreign language, and to which he said a fo fi fi hun hun baguette to you too. So anyway, so that's that on that. But the thing is also the Vatican really supported the decision. And it kind of, I'm bringing up the news article from this. The Vatican praises the U.S. court abortion decision, saying it challenges the world, and it does. Saying it challenged the world to reflect on life issues, but also called for social changes to help women keep their children. And that's the whole point. I talked about Cardinal O'Connor, who was the Bishop of New York City in the late mid-'80s to 2000. I think it was 2000 when he died. I had a chance to see Cardinal O'Connor at St. Patrick's a number of times in New Jersey, and I loved him. Good man, holy man. But he made a promise in 1984 that if any woman, doesn't matter what race, religion, status they are, if any woman is in need of resources to help bring their child or sustain their child, they will help them do this. So, oh darn. Okay, so the fact that a large country with a long democratic tradition has changed its position on this issue also challenges the whole world. This is the Academy for Life, one of the pontifical commissions. Lady Gravemaster and I talked about this. If Miss Martin's watching, after she left, President Biden came on, and basically we only could watch a few minutes of it because, yeah. But President Biden condemned the ruling, called it a sad day for America, labeling the court's conservative extreme. Anyway. But it's Archbishop Vincenzo Paglia, who heads the Academy for Life, said the court's decision was a powerful invitation to reflect on the issue at a time when Western society is losing passion for life. And again, here's why I'm against the death penalty. The church teaches that abortion is murder because life begins at the moment of conception and ends with natural death. Now, under John Paul II, with the Catechism, they did permit the death penalty, but in extreme cases to protect society. And as I used to describe to my kids in class, if we had captured Osama bin Laden alive, big if, we didn't, but if we did, a case could be made for the death penalty, because for those of us old enough to remember the 80s, when all the hijackings were happening in the Middle East, release these prisoners or we blow up the plane. So to protect society, a case could be made for capital punishment in that, to protect society. But really right now, we have the ability to lock somebody up under 50 feet underground that will not be a threat to society. And really, there's not many instances where a good case for the death penalty could be made. We captured one of the 9/11 bombers that didn't make it onto the plane. I think he's still in Gitmo. We can keep him locked up. And again, the point is, with natural death, there's always a chance of conversion. And the funny thing is, they keep praising Pope Francis because they love his stance on the environment. They love his stance towards the poor. But they always ignore his stance on abortion, because Pope Francis has described abortion to hiring a hitman to eliminate a problematic person. Oh, we got a super chat. I just noticed. Oh, Man of War is here. Good to see you. Roman tipped. Let me bring that up. So I still have to play with Stream Elements, StreamYard. I have another 2 months, less than 2 months before school starts. We had our first in-service days this week because even though I've been away from the classroom for almost 5 years, the school that I'm teaching at this year is the first time I've been back in probably 10 years. And they are. I think Roman says it's a crazy world. I'm glad we have your voice of reason in both real and nerdverse. Thank you. Stay awesome, Father. Thank you again, Roman. Yeah, so again, that's kind of what I was talking about last week when I went to Dallas. Was I'm here as a nerd that happens to be a priest. You want to talk theology? I'm more than willing to talk theology, and I did. But I also talked a lot about nerddom. And with that, I know that I want to talk a little bit about Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness, because I thought it was a bunch of madness, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Anyway, we'll come back to, we could probably just go into that now, but yeah, so the multiverse of madness was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I'll be honest, I was pretty much bored throughout the whole thing. Now, I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. I love the first movie. When they announce, I don't know how to pronounce her first name, but Gomez is America Chavez, I was really hesitant to go see it because I've read America Chavez in the comics, and I do not care for her. Let me see if I can bring up one of the clips why I do not care for her. Because in the comics, she comes off as a hardcore lesbian. And again, it's not meant to sound bad or anything, but it's really in your face type thing. I should have had this probably ready, but that's okay. Here we go. Let's bring this up. This is one of the clips from it. So this is America Chavez in the comic book. Prodigy, what the holy menstruation are you doing here? What are you doing at Sotomayor, the Supreme Court Justice? Yeah, like Captain Marvel, that comic book has not sold much, and I don't really know what it's doing right now, but anyway. But yeah, so Doctor Strange is supposed to pick up where WandaVision left off. I stopped watching it after episode 4. It was just kind of getting a little... I didn't care for it. The first few episodes were okay, but So I guess I didn't watch the ending. I heard about it. I guess Wanda is really upset at losing her kids. Pretty much has turned to the dark side. Um, she's chasing after America Chavez because has the ability to travel between dimensions. And supposedly Wanda's kids are available in another dementia, but the problem is Wanda is still living with them in that dementia, but she doesn't care. So the idea is take America Chavez's powers and then try to use them to be able to reunite herself with her children that are missing. Along the way, they go to a different parallel universe. I think Earth is like Earth 636, which we're on. They go to Earth 838, whatever it is. And that's where you got John Krasinski as Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four. And, this came out, 3 months ago? So, I mean, it's been available on Disney Plus for a while. It's been in the theaters. So, if I'm spoiling it, I mean, it's one of those that we've had time. But Cumberbatch was good. I enjoyed him, and the story wasn't, okay, they show America with her two moms, and that's about it. But, from what I read, and you can see on her jacket, there is, I don't know how to say it in Spanish, but it's love is in Spanish on her jacket. Unless you're really paying attention, it's not in your face. But Bruce Campbell made his cameo, which is awesome. Pizza Papa. I actually am a big Bruce Campbell fan. I can't really see it behind me, but I have most of Burn Notice on DVD. I have Briscoe County Jr. on DVD. I have the Jack of All Trades, which was a TV series he was in the late 90s, where he's teamed up with an English super agent. They're trying to repel Napoleon. Again, Bruce Campbell is awesome. Bubba Hotep, Bruce versus Evil Dead. I tried watching it. It just was a little too gory for me, but I love Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Probably two of my favorite movies, just for fun. You got Haley Altwell, who's in it as Captain Britain, I think. But, so. It spoiled itself, indeed. So, let's see. I'm just seeing what else. Yeah, against the death penalty, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, Silver Shroud is here. Good to see you. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be on Comics Divisions yelling at parked cars at 9 o'clock Central. He's going to be talking about Roe v. Wade. I'm going to be on there with his panel. I'm not going to be in Clerics, mostly because it's not exactly a PG-rated show. Comics is a good man. I met him a few times. I saw him last week in Dallas. I've talked to him. I'm on his streams from time to time. So looking forward to it. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Can you give it to them? Then do not be too eager to deal out death and judgment. And I'm trying to remember. I know that quote, but I can't remember what is that from. Do you know offhand, Snortopoopas? Because I remember that quote, and it's driving me nuts now to think of where it is. Roman of the Empire says it has some good elements, lots of bad, but some good. Yeah. I like Sam Raimi. I loved his Spider-Mans except for the third one. And I love 2 of the 3 Evil Dead. I can't watch the first one. It's a little too much of the horror. But when they added the camp and the goofiness to Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, loved it. I know they talked up Doctor Strange is supposed to be like a horror movie. Didn't really feel it that way. I did get tired of Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda. Again, it's one of those, it's like, okay, I watched it. I think it was better than Black Widow. I would put it at the bottom of the 2/3 of the movies that the MCU has done. And again, I state, part of the problem is it's oversaturation right now. There's too many MCU movies. There's too many Star Wars things coming out. It's just too much. It's, too watered down. So, yeah, Sherlock was awesome. I actually have that as my ringtone, the Sherlock intro. It's funny because on Friday, So between the live stream I did with Miss Martin and Lady Gravemaster, I had a funeral that I can celebrated for a parishioner that died, one of our priests' aunt. He was the main celebrant, so I had the funeral at 10. Then I had like a little bit of time between 11 and noon before the youth mass for the retreat. And at the end of the youth mass, I could hear in the sacristy the Sherlock theme going off because I forgot to put my phone on mute. But I was going to quiz the kids, or at least the older kids, to see if they knew what that was. But you know what? Sherlock's been off the air for 5 years now. Now, I have not seen the Basil Rathbone Sherlock. I started watching the Tom Baker Sherlock. I think he only did the Hounds of Bakersfield. Bastard, I can't remember, but anyway. Yeah, her character's meh. Let's see, what was it? Bubba Hotep. For those that don't know Bubba Hotep, Bruce Campbell plays an Elvis, the Elvis, and I'm hoping to see on Tuesday. Tuesday's my day off. Tuesday is $5 movie day. I'm actually hoping to go see the new Elvis movie. It looks really good. Tom Hanks as Colonel Parker. Really don't know what to think of that, but anyway. Oh, that is Gandalf. Thank you, Snartapoopus. But yeah, Bubba Hotep is basically JFK. Ozzie Davis, black man, plays JFK. Bruce Campbell plays Elvis, who really lived. He didn't die of the drug overdose. It was an Elvis impersonator that died. But before Bruce could replace the Elvis impersonator died. So they end up in a nursing home fighting Egyptian mummies. Awesome movie. Sounds stupid, but it's really actually good. So, Zombie Strange. Yeah, I guess I didn't really know that's what it was supposed to be. But yeah, so one of the things in Doctor Strange is the idea of dream walking, where taking over the body in another dementia. But the Zombie Strange came from the dementia they traveled into, but he died before he got into our dementia, and Doctor Strange buries him. But Days at Machia comes in handy later, where Strange has to take over his body. And the R tipped. Let's see what he said. Oh, thank you, the R, just to support you. God bless. Thank you. So, but yeah, I don't know. I know that one of the MCU shows coming up is Marvel Zombies or something like that. But like I said, there's just too much stuff coming up where I don't really care. I mean, I'm watching Miss Marvel right now, and I really don't care for it. It's just too much of a hyperactive fangirl thing with a Captain Marvel obsession. I'm just waiting for Brie Larson to show up. And she's going to. So, yeah. As PG Rich says, too much. It is too much. I mean, as noticed my tweet, there's like 12 Star Wars movies, video games, animation shows coming up in the next 2 years. Let's see. Regarding killing Gollum, yeah, it is. And I knew that I knew it because I just relived to the trilogy, but this time it was read by Andy Serkis, who played Gollum. He actually did the narration of the 3 books, and that just came out, I want to say, last fall. So I really enjoyed it. Okay, yeah, Man of War 665 said he heard quite a few bad things about this new Elvis flick. I gotta say, the trailer looked good. I mean, the singing looked really good. I'm going to go on Tuesday because, again, it's $5 movie day. I don't really feel like paying $15 to go to a movie, but if I can do it for $5, I will. And I will say that I'm glad I did not spend the $15 to see Doctor Strange in the theater. Now, that said, it crossed the 1 billion mark today. I still got to go see that a second time. And that's just shows you, I mean, I think people are hungry for good movies. Movies without political garbage in it. And really, there was no political garbage in Maverick. again, with Doctor Strange, it's not exactly in your face, but I mean, again, America Chavez, her character actually comes off not as annoying as she is in the comics. So let's see. Yeah, as the R says, hit the like button. It does help. And I am now at 1,026 subs. So I want to thank everybody for helping me to get over that. I'm still working on the watch time and everything. But yeah, so I know, like I said, I uploaded my review of Kenobi this week. I watched the finale. Long story short, it is Circus. Sorry, I mispronounced it, I'm sure. And the Man of War, thank you. Let's see what you wrote. He bought me my Elvis ticket. Use it towards the Elvis flick. That way, if it does end up sucking, you can blame it on me. Thank you. You know, the nice thing is the cigar bar is down the street from the movie theater, so I'll probably go there and decompress. And if I do see it on Tuesday, which I think I'm going to try to catch the early showing. But you know, I haven't golfed since I've been back. And I've been wanting to. It's not too bad temperature wise right now. So Chris Persia is here. Good to see you, Chris. Of all the upcoming Disney Plus Marvel shows, I'm terrified to think what they'll inject into X-Men 97. I will be honest, I never watched the cartoon when it came out in the 90s. The one that I watched, and I said it on here before, was the Animaniacs series. And I was so excited when Animaniacs was going to come back. And I think I got through 3 episodes. I never finished the first season. I think the second season's out right now, but I'll be honest, I don't have the desire to see it. I mean, it's been almost 30 years since it's been out, but just because you bring the original voice cast back, you got Pinky and the Brain again, it just is not as good. The original magic is gone. So, I mean, that's why I'm a little nervous with RTD coming back to Doctor Who. I mean, Doctor Who was in its golden era, modern golden era, with Matt Smith and David Tennant, but, you know, he's been gone for 20 years. And as I made the observation with one of my brother priests who is teaching, a lot of things have changed in just the 5 years since I've been out of the classroom. I mean, you look at all the alphabet community stuff, I'll just say it like that, the issues that we have to deal with, the questions that you're dealing with. If you don't affirm it, then you're a transphobe. So, and I mean, RTD is gay. And I mean, I'm not using that as a criticism or anything, but I mean, some of that was in the original reboot, New Earth, I think it is. No. Yeah, I think it was New Earth. The one where everybody's like in the cars under the ground and everything. You have a same-sex couple on that. But, I mean, it wasn't exactly as in your face. Now, if you watch Torchwood, it was. And I wish I could get into Torchwood, but that was more of a adult version of Doctor Who, more hardcore adult stuff, where homosexuality and atheism was in it, which I honestly don't want to see. And I like Captain Jack. I mean, his character is fun. It was just nihilistic, I think I want to say. So, let's see. Only one sub last Friday, but it was delicious. You know, the nice thing is for Catholics on Friday, we're supposed to abstain from meat, but because Friday was the Solemnity of the Sacred Heart, Solemnity is on the same rank as Christmas. It's a day we celebrate. So when a Solemnity falls on a Friday, we are allowed to eat meat. Now, on other Fridays outside of Lent, we can eat meat, but if we do, we're supposed to do a penance, because Friday is still technically a day of penance. So, original Animaniacs was such an intelligent cartoon, and it was. I mean, I can watch the original Animaniacs still and love it. I mean, I got Yakko Warner on my floor over there. I won't show it because my floor is a little bit of a mess right now. but I love the original Animaniacs. I mean, you got Mindy and Buttons, Chicken Boo, Minerva Fox. Does heartburn count as a penance? It depends. Did you bring it on yourself? Because technically, we're not supposed to make ourselves suffer intentionally. So, Cal G is in the chat. Good to see you. Yeah, it's more in your face right now, especially these last 3 seasons. And again, I just really don't like where it's been going these last 3 seasons. I love Doctor Who. I mean, I won't show again the wall one of these days. I will. I have my Friday Night Tights poster. I have my Vegas poster. I have my Tom Baker autograph, Doctor Who, Fourth Doctor, next to my autograph, Kirk. Oh, let's see if we can do that. I think I could probably do that. Hold on, let me. Yeah, so. Yeah, got Friday Night Tights, the Vegas poster, the Tom Baker poster, the Shatner, and there is my Yakko Warner on my messy floor. So, but yeah, so other than that, I'm just trying to think what's going on this week. I will be doing this Friday afternoon stream. I didn't get to do it this Friday because of the youth retreat. Let me see if I can bring up the picture from our youth retreat. Because as I was asked, how was the ice cream sundae? Yeah, I will show you the picture from the ice cream sundae. Okay, here we go. So I basically devoted a shirt that I'm never going to wear again. They take a whole gallon of ice cream, dump it on your head, bunch of sprinkles, sparklies, cherries, chocolates. I don't think there was much chocolate syrup this time. Yeah, there is a picture. That's the picture. So, but it was fun. I mean, the kids was fun. I started flinging ice cream after the kids after I got I didn't wear my glasses because I didn't want that garbage in my eyes. But after I got my eyes wiped off, I started flinging ice cream at the kids. So that was fun. But, like I said, this is something kids will remember. The thing I was talking with the superintendent of our high school, my experience from the first time teaching, taught church history for 9 years altogether. I'm realistic. The kids are not going to remember the Gregorian reforms of the 12th century, the abuses that happened during the Middle Ages and stuff. They'll remember the interaction with the priest. Same thing here. Hopefully these kids will remember the interaction of the time they got to dump ice cream on Father. So, yeah, I could taste some of the ice cream. I love ice cream, but this was cheap ice cream. So, Chris P is here. Good to see you. Yeah, so Friday, I'm going to be doing the stream with the rabbi. I have the 8 o'clock mass this week, so it's going to be an early stream because he has the Sabbath to get ready for, and there's about a 7-hour difference between where I'm at and where the rabbi is at. So it might be a 7 o'clock central stream in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'll be doing my Friday afternoon stretch, so that will be open for anybody that wants to join. First Saturday is coming up. I'm going to reach out to John Trent, Lady Gravemaster, Miss Martin, see if they're up for doing the Catholic stream, Faith and Fantasy, because we haven't had one since I've been away, and we haven't had one since I've been back. So I'm really looking forward to doing that again. But yeah, so that's about it for this week. Just trying to think if there was anything else going on. Man of War, I'll let you know what I think of Elvis. I'm going to try to see it this week. But yeah, so with that, I'm going to wrap up. I just want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. It really is good to be able to be back. I'm getting better at doing these solo streams. Hopefully next Sunday, Father Sinatra will be here because I know the last 3 weeks he's been pretty busy on Sunday nights, and he's told me that too, and that's fine. I mean, when I started doing the Sunday night live stream 2 years ago, it kind of was like my therapy, because being isolated in a remote part of the state where there's nobody around, this was a chance for me to be able to talk to Brother Priest, to be able to kind of relive being back in the seminary. And now that the pandemic is pretty much over, and the thing I told people, it's like, if I haven't had the thing yet, I'm pretty much going to already have it, because being around 400 people in Dallas last week, seeing a few hundred people every week, if I haven't had it yet, I'm going to have it, and I'm fine. So with that, I thank you for joining me. I'm hitting the end button. Till next week, God bless. And